What's up, yo? In this one, today I'm being an idiot. Nah, I'm joking. Today I kind of want to focus a little bit on, um, kind of like drums and like loops, kind of. Not sample loops or anything like that. You can use them. I'll probably try to chop up something. But mainly like producing a loop. And can you guys see me? My apartment's a mess right now. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, that's too low. You guys can see my trash behind me. All right. So in this one, we're gonna talk about a little bit about drums, getting a groove going. And yeah, I'm gonna kind of pull up Ableton here, and we're just gonna jam out and see what the universe blesses us with. Maybe this is a crap video. Maybe it's a good video. But yeah, just trying to made a promise to myself that I'm gonna keep being consistent making videos. So here's me making another video. Thank you guys for tuning in. I go by Jose the Panda. You guys are the Panda fam, and yeah. Please leave a comment, or dislike it if you guys hate it. It kind of helps because then I can tell what's working, what's not working. But yeah, leave a dab, so someone else could hit a dab. I guess I don't know. Oh shit, I did something. Give me a second. Close the window. If you like to show it again, use the. Okay. All right. So, I wonder if you guys heard that. But that being said, we're gonna go into Ableton and we're gonna make some drum loops. I make house music. I used to produce other genres, but now I'm at the point where anything that I produce, I want to be able to DJ it. And my brand has always been EDM. But I live in LA, so you always kind of run into like rappers and singers and everyone kind of does the genre that they feel most comfortable with. And me being an audio engineer and being a producer, you kind of there's a period of my life where I had to make stuff for other people. So but today we're talking about drums and electronic music. Okay, so we're gonna hop into it. Yeah. Let's pull this guy right there, and then leave my mic on. We're gonna go into Ableton, and ignore this. I was just doing a sound check. So, what I like to do, I gotta redo my template, because before I used to sidechain to a hi hat. Now I have Kickstarter, so I use Kickstart to sidechain. But we have the 4 on the floor. I'm gonna look for a kick sound. These are all the samples that I have. You probably don't have much samples because I've been collecting samples since like 2016. So I have a crap load of samples. There was a period in my life where I was looking for like really clean sounds, and then something happened now where I'm kind of like into more like disgusting sounds. Just some ugly. I just feel like uglier sounds have more characteristic now. So first I'll explain what's going on here. So we have this MIDI clip, it's playing 4 on the floor. And then we have this sampler, simpler technically. And when we have a sound, let's say we like, it'll have tones to it. I don't know why they'll have tones to it. Let's say we like this kick drum. You double click it and it loads it here. And right now on classic, when we hit play, it's just gonna play, and when the note stops, it stops on here. So like if we extend these notes right here, like let's do this, let's do 2 of these, so you guys can see it, and then let's do one long one, one short one, and you guys can see that depending on the long length, it'll play on the meter. That's cool. What I normally do is I just set as like an actual shot, um, so you kind of have more range on it, and then down here you can play with like how the sound is kind of being. So you can play with the fade. You can make it shorter by bringing this clip in, and some songs I like a shorter kick. Some songs I like a longer kick. This kick sounds fine now. So we have a kick drum, and I normally when I produce drums I make a 8-bar loop, and what I do at the end is I want to make it feel slightly different, and depending on the day I look for something different. But yeah, and then this down here is velocity, and we just want to change the last vibe of it, this area, so we kind of like let the listener know that this loop kind of like is repeating again. And by doing my structure, you kind of start developing like natural fills. So this is our kick drum. We can always change it in the future if we don't like it. That's kind of an interesting sound. Yeah, that's kind of interesting sounding. And then we'll go into like claps and snares. So I noticed that depending on like the vibe you're going for, if you want a more fun sounding song, like more like playful, you kind of want to go towards claps. If you want your song to be like a little bit more serious and like the tone, go for snares. Claps are just more playful. Like when you think of clapping, let me switch to this guy. When you think of a group clapping, they're like, hey, they're having fun. When you think of a snare, you think of like a drummer, and the drummer's right there, like serious, getting all these rhythms right, and then there's like rim shots and snaps, and those are really good for like more, like softer moments. Like having a snare play during like a softer moment, it could be it's fine. You could let it happen. I let it happen all the time, but if you can, switch to a switch to a snap or a rim shot as your like main, like thing of time. And the main thing about snares is that snares, claps, the next thing that we're trying to do, depending on what you pick on it, the main thing it's supposed to do is just kind of give time. Drums are the heartbeat of a song, and often for me, for the longest, it was actually one of the hardest parts to nail down. I used to write my music with the chord progressions first, and then bass lines, and then drums, or somewhere I'll start plugging in drums, and that's cool, and I've done that for so long. But then I notice that if I do my drums first, typically my drums sound more party, and because my drums sound more party and more groovy, I'm able to like they kind of just hit better on the dance floor. And I'm making electronic music, and that's my main goal, is to have my drums hit on the dance floor. So we have this kick right here, right? So what I'm gonna do is shorten the loop this long, okay? And we're gonna get a snare, and that snare kind of goes with this kick a little bit. So let's just try it. I don't have this thing, And then it's the same thing. You want your snares going on the 2 and the 4. 97% of the time they're gonna be there. Like it's super rare when you gonna have them like here. You can it kind of adds. Unless you're doing like reggaeton, which is gonna be like more, you can have that rhythm, but that's not the energy that we're going for right now. But yeah. this is what I start doing. So now that I have this, right, I duplicate this, and on this version of the loop, I add a note, you know. Yeah, and then run the velocity. And literally just by adding this loop on the second part, just by doing that, we extended this one bar loop into a 2-bar loop. So each time it loops, it feels bigger than a 1-bar loop, literally just because we did this, you know. And so if we play it, and the reason why I chose this note right here, you know, there's strong notes and there's soft notes. The downbeats are these, you know, those are the strongest notes. The second strongest notes are the offbeats, which are these. And then anything in between those, you know, those are even softer than those. And when you start plugging in notes in here and play with the notes on the offbeat and downbeat, and you start giving yourself variation of it, your song becomes more syncopated. And syncopated is just kind of a more technical term for, like, it just becomes slightly more groovier. And yeah, you know, like it really helps with just making your song feel less robotic. Right now everything's like stuck to the grid, but it's robotic. So now we got this loop, right? We have this loop, and then we duplicate it. You're like, all right, Jose, like, how do we make it longer? Literally, what we did to this, we're gonna do the exact same thing to this guy, okay? So just pick a note, any note, whatever one your little heart desires. Trying to make this bigger, but literally that's all we're gonna do. All right, and then now we grab this loop, and boom, and you see, you guys are seeing now how we just turned a 1-bar loop into a 2-bar loop, and we just duplicate it, and now, like, this whole phrase does not. Oh shit. This whole phrase is not repeating, and then we're gonna do the exact same thing. You know, so instead of this time, instead of changing this note, we could leave this note the same. You know, it doesn't hurt that we're referencing this track again. It kind of glues everything. But what we do want to do is change up this guy. All right. So we go in here. We go in there. We're gonna click that. And I'm gonna add a couple more. No, that's not it. Yeah, that sounds better. And then, you know, now we have this loop here that does not repeat once. And then we have this guy that's as long as this loop. And then, you know, if we decide to do something like this, and then we delete this guy, now this whole loop is this long, and it doesn't repeat once, you know. There's little moments of it repeating, but, you know, especially as we add more layers into it, it doesn't feel it's as repetitive. Cool. So we're back here, right? We're gonna listen to this real quick. Cool. We could probably add another bass note here, because now we hear like what our snares are doing, and I feel like it could use another note there. So what we will do here, what I actually like doing is now I start looking into my loops, because I wanna, you know, add some texture to it. So we're gonna look up loops, and we're in all. That's cool. We're gonna pick that one. I don't know why when I looked up loops, these are the only loops I have. I know if I go into my actual thing, it's a lot better. I like this section more, so we're gonna use this part. We're just gonna use this part, okay? So we're gonna cut this guy, I'm gonna put this guy, and we're gonna we're gonna extend it to this guy right here. All right. It looks like it kind of gets off time a little bit, so we're gonna stretch him to be a little bit more. Bam. Bam. Just to make sure we're, always on time. And bam, right? That should be good. And then this guy, we're just gonna clip him just because we see him a little bit. And so now we have this, right? You're like, but Panda, this is so loud. Yeah, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna consolidate this. Command J. We're gonna pull up this guy. We're gonna get to where it's just one arrow hitting a T, like hitting the wall. And we start pulling back this, we pull this down. Cool, right? I think it's a little bit too stale a little bit, so maybe we'll like maybe divide it probably. Yeah, definitely not that. That's cool. I mean, it works, we're not trying to have this be the rhythm. We're trying to have it add to our rhythm. Yeah. Okay, so now what we could do is we're gonna grab an EQ. EQ8. Bam. I already have one. We're just gonna take off something. Cool. Also, we're at 120. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit just because it's too slow for me. My chord progressions tend to be very like vibey, and my melodies that I write tend to be very vibey, so I have to supplement it by quicker tempos. So we're gonna do 136. I want to say 136. So this is where we're at now. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this, so we're gonna look for another loop. Okay. We really want something that's gonna, complement what we're trying to go for. So I'm just gonna go in my folders. Don't mind me. You guys might find some embarrassing samples, but this is a safe space. We're looking for some loops, okay? That's our objective right now. That's a drum loop. I think that's the exact same loop we had right now. Alright, yeah.
Equals musical. You win.
Alright, this is pretty groovy. Same thing, yeah. C. Yeah, that's way better. More into that. Alright, now we're gonna go for EQ. That's cool. I'm change this kick drum. This kick drum isn't cutting it for me anymore.
Bad boy sound.
That was a nice kick in the beginning of it. I'm just gonna tighten up everything a little bit. There you go. Sound a lot more together. So now we're gonna look for some open hats. I have a folder right here that I have of some trusty hats that can never go wrong. I normally pick two type of hats. I just realized I was talking to the back of the mic the whole time. All right, I normally use two hats to make my songs. So I normally have like a very like tight one, and then we get an open hat. So we're gonna look for a tight hat in this. We can use this one. That's an open one, but we can make it tighter. And then same thing. Oh, that was a nice tight one. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna. I just realized I was talking in the back of the mic this whole time. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna bring this guy up like that. And literally just for hi hats, you can make them offbeat. You can give them a little bit of a syncopatedness. It's up to you guys. I normally just kind of go with that beat is asking for. So if we listen to, yes, exactly. Yeah, and then we just want to like copy this, copy and we'll put this guy. And literally the reason why we have two different hats is just so there's a change as the beat goes on. We could keep the rhythm the same, but yeah, and I'll show you guys more once we have a more complete idea. This is sounding like good already. I would definitely use this for a song. The next important thing we have, especially now we have all this together, we kind of want a bigger kick drum. Yeah, probably still have to look for a better kick drum, but let's get the groove on. So we're gonna go to grooves. Now that we have all this together, right, and we're gonna go into. You want to look at the 16th grooves. So the way I think about it says shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake. You want people to shake. So shake it, 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 shake it. You can kind of hear it. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. You know, there's different percentages have different strengths, and then there's also these logic swing logic 16s. You know, sometimes you really need like a fat, and I'm always just seeing what fits best. So what I normally do is I kind of hit play, and I start listening to the chugga 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 chugga, and while I'm listening to it, I kind of feel like which one's the closest one to like the beat wants, and then I pick that one. So. Sounds like it's this one. So now we could keep all this the same. You know, keep quantize at 100. So sometimes I'll pull it back to like 98 or whatever. I don't like a lot of random. You know, 3, 6. You know, those are the kind of numbers I'll pick for random. Velocity, if you guys really want to change the velocity, you guys can. You know, we'll put this at 3, 2. And then what I do next is I highlight everything, go in here, groove, and then it's gonna put the groove on everything. I don't commit. I know some people commit. I don't know. I just don't, because it already adds it, you know. that has a groove in it now. Committing it just kind of prints it into there, and I'm not tripping. Yeah. Okay. So now that we have this, we could kind of mix it a little bit. And yes. Yeah. Cool. All right. Now that we're here, we want to start thinking about our fills. So this already kind of gives us a natural fill. When I produce, I normally keep my songs like an 8-beat intro, I want to say, and then I go into the song, and then from there. But today we're just gonna kind of play around with this idea a little differently. So, bam, we're gonna duplicate this, and when we get to this guy, we wanna normally what I'll do, and you hear it in a lot of my songs, where I add a new drum loop. So let's go into the folders and look for another drum loop. I have to honestly look for new drum loops because I've kind of used a lot of them already.
Bad boy.
That's cool. Yeah. So we're just gonna cut these guys off. We're gonna cut these guys off. Lower this guy down. And if we have to pull down on these guys right here, we'll do it. Yeah, we need a bigger kick drum. This kick drum's not cutting it for me. I like this kick drum. That's a nice kick drum. And the same thing to this guy, you want to make sure the groove's on him. So with the groove, and slap that guy on there. And this little stutter we did is a natural fill. Maybe we can have this guy loop a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And maybe we can have our snare keep playing. There you go. Yeah, that sounds a lot tighter. From this point on, this is probably like the drum groove I'll use for the song. Oh, this is something else we got to do. We got to delete this guy. I could delete this guy, and now we could leave this guy. And just because our high frequencies are changing, it just adds energy without us really having to do much. So if we like play it. I learned this from Daft Punk. Daft Punk does this trick in one of their songs, and I was like, whoa. See how it just adds more energy? Yeah. Now we're sounding cool. we can still add more to this. We're not entirely done. This is totally cool if you want to use this for a song, but I feel like it could use a little bit more. I heard a couple sounds. So now for my perks, this is what I do. I make a 2-bar loop, right? And run this guy. And we want to, so we kind of want, we're gonna be panning these sounds very hard. So you kind of don't want very complex sounds. You want very easy sounds. Toms are really good for this. Just like simple texture. That's a good one right here. Yeah. We got another one.
Machine. Record. That's in B. You are. Your score is perfect score.
Oh, I like that. I'm gonna use this one. All right. So now we kind of want to do like a call and response type vibe. So we're gonna do this. And C3. It's a little too low. Yeah, that's cool. And then we're gonna go in here. We want to change the sound up. Super simple sounding sounds, you know. I always tend to lean more towards like percussion sounds like that. You know, you could definitely find something that you find more, but what I do is I pan those hard, and I lower down the volume because I just want them in the background. And then because our whole song, our whole percussion rhythm is already doing something very complex, what we could do with just now is just kind of loop these guys. And because the snares are changing, our kick drum is changing, and like our hi-hats have its own rhythm and all that kind of stuff, this feels like it's changing too because of all the other stuff we already made change. That's perfect, you know. That's exactly the kind of groove I'm looking for. And then same thing, you know, go on these guys, Oh, the swing's already on it. Ableton's already getting it done for us. So we're chilling, you know. What I'll do now is probably color code everything. So I'll put everything into a group. Bam. Control G. Bam. Shift. Bam. Pick a color, any color. Let's do what color am I feeling today? Let's do like a green. Let's do like like kind of a foresty green. And then we'll go there and then assign no, that's not what we're looking for. Yeah, assign color to the group. Bam. Now we got a nice frosty green drum rhythm that sounds really groovy, you know, especially for house music. Yeah, okay, so now that we're here, you know, I could end the episode here and be like, that's it. That's how you make your drums. But you know, maybe I'm in a good mood and I want to keep making music. So now we have this guy. We could kind of like use this as a drop. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna move this guy right here, like nah. And you know, we need a snare to do a build up. So we're gonna insert MIDI track. Bam. We insert it in the group, so it's green. We're gonna go to have a trusty snare pack that I like using for build ups. Let's go to I can't think, y'all. Blue, green, red, orange. Oh yeah, it's this one. I normally see the folder, so I was like, fuck. But snares. Fuck it, why not? And you know, bam, 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 boop, bop, beep, bam, and just give it some velocity to make it a little sexy. We got some swing on there already. We could just spam the control D, control these nuts. Bam. We got our drums into there. Let's get a utility. Bam. So this guy's coming from somewhere. Actually, utility here. Arch it a little bit. You know, okay. Bam. Let's before we go ahead, let's put our drums right there again. Turn on the animations, and let's I'm gonna pick a sample for today, and see what we can do. So right now, this part there's no drums, and that's cool. But we definitely don't want to leave it like that, just because on the dance floor, people are gonna lose the rhythm, and that probably works for the second build up, but for the first build up, you want to keep that. So we're gonna hit C, and then bam, and bam, bam, Control V, and maybe this time we could look for a rim shot. Yeah, just go to all. Yeah, something, Oh shit, that's a rim shot. If I ever heard one. All right, bam. See, it worked with that sample. Let's mute it and then let's pick another sample. A homie just sent me some vocals for a track that I really wanna. The homie sent me some vocals for a track I've been trying to work on. So, I'm probably gonna up the video after these. We'll try a couple more samples so you guys can kind of see how like these drums work, and then yeah, I'll probably call it. One thing that's kind of hard though is that we don't have a bass line. So let me look up like some. That's hard. That's such a good groove. None of this being sidechained either. This is such a good sound. I like it. Kind of like lo-fi a little bit. Yeah, I hope this is a good example on like how I go about producing my drums. We just threw a couple random samples on here, and besides this one, I mean, I didn't sidechain it, but if it kind of fit these vibes. I want to show you guys one last. I want to find like a darker sounding loop. I know I have some. I use like instrument loops to give me inspiration. Very rarely would I like especially when it comes to bass lines. I always kind of write my own bass lines. It's because I have like, oh yeah, that's sexy. That's gonna sound so beautiful with this. Oh, cancel. Yeah, that's gonna sound so good with this. If you put this guy here, bam, bam. Yeah, sidechain, bam, bam, audio, nice fat pump. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, see, that's all cool. Oh, snap. Yeah, see, it I know for a fact it could work with all these sounds, Yeah, see, excuse me. Yeah, I wish I could find like something dark for you guys. That's kind of subby and dark. Yeah, then let's meet this guy, and let's get this guy right here and put it onto this guy. Bam, 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 bam. yeah, I hope that kind of like shows a little bit. I feel like I could do a better job at. I keep accidentally opening up MIDI tracks. Yeah, I hope that's good enough. Thank you guys for tuning in today. This is how I go about making some loops, making my drum loops. You know, it's it you know, right now we're just plugging in some samples to see how it vibes. But after this point, what I'll normally do is I'll start like pulling up synths and start writing my own melodies and start writing to it. Right now, for time's sake, I just want to show you guys like throwing samples on it. You could get like some interesting like vibes, with this piano. This piano is nice, especially if you take some time to find the bass for it, or like this sample right here. I like this bass line. This bass line was pretty nice. I probably wouldn't actually use these for an actual song or whatever. But I just hope that like there was at least some bit of information that you guys could use for at least programming your drums. Little nugs of information. I appreciate you guys for tuning in today. Let me go over here. Yeah, I appreciate you guys for tuning in today. It was fun. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.